Hey guys, happy Monday. I'm heading to work right now. I had to get back inside the house to get me a pair of a coat and a pair of boots because it's chilly. We have a bipolar weather here in Virginia, so you never know when the weather changes. So before I leave, I usually check what's inside my car because I usually forget a lot of stuff, little things, my keys, all the time. I forget it. So I check out whenever I have my kit, my purse. This is my favorite. I have to sterilize everything. I know I've advertised this in my previous videos that I use this a lot at work to sterilize all my items, my stethoscope, my pen, my cell phone, and everything in and out of the facility. And when I get into the facility, I usually just bring my beat up paper bag. Everything is in there, my pen, my stethoscope, my neck fan. I don't usually bring my purse with me. And that's it. I hope I'm gonna have a good time. It's not gonna be busy, but you really never know when you're inside. I had a very rough month taking care of a lot of COVID patients, and it's a very sensitive time for me, but everybody's been stable and I'm so glad. I'm happy. I've been praying a lot to God to help me get through this and guide me through my patient care, and he's been very good to me and made me, let me get through this very, very tough journey. But I hope the day is going to be a good day, but let's see. So I just arrived at work. It's a 17-minute drive. It's not that far. It's a quiet drive. It's not so traffic. So I'm very OCD. I put all my stuff while I'm in the car. Basically, when I get in the building, I already have my goggles and my mask. That's all. And then everything else, I put it in. So, like I told you earlier, it's a very tough month for me because of all the COVID cases that I had to take care of. It's very sensitive because my father passed away from COVID, and this is a very, very sensitive issue for me. I want to make sure everybody's taken care of, and every patient is different. You treat them differently based on the symptoms that they present. So I have individualized plan of care for all these patients, and they're very, very dear to me. Everybody in the facility are my babies. Some of them passed away, which is very heartbreaking to me, and some have strived to live, and I'm still taking care of them. They're still not out of the woods, but I am hoping and praying that they're gonna start getting really better. All right, so I'm getting in now. And I can't film inside the facility because of HIPAA. So let me see what I can, share with you while working inside. But I hope it's not going to be busy. Nobody has called me yet. The nurses have been very nice of not calling me over the weekend. But let's see. Did we repeat the ammonia today?
Yeah, that's what.
That was the 50 something, okay.
It was like 54, it was 50 something.
So it's still on 4 times a day?
Yes.
All right. I think that's getting better. That's good.
Yeah.
So right now I'm heading to the COVID unit. So as you can see, I still don't have my PPE and gown. I only have my mask and my goggles because I have yet to put it on when I get into the unit. So let's see. All right, I'm gonna put my orders in as soon as I sit on the computer, but Everything else, everybody else is doing good. We're probably just gonna have a few labs to be repeated. The calcium, yeah, and we can go from there. Thank you. So I am finished for the day. It wasn't quite busy. It's not much. Nothing much going on. There, everybody's pretty stable. Fingers crossed. So I'm heading home. Like I said earlier, everybody's been pretty good. Nothing much going on except for some couple of labs that it needs to be corrected, and nobody's in respiratory distress. So I'm happy. All right, I said earlier that I'm going home, but actually I'm not. I still have a patient to see. I have a hospice patient to admit. Probably around 30 minutes drive from here. If you have questions about what I do, how I do it, you can feel free to put your comments in. But yeah, working as a nurse practitioner can be very rewarding. It's tough. It's a tough job because, you know, you don't stop at assessment. Nurses are very good at assessment. But when you get to this role, you don't stop at assessment. You go straight through going through the treatment. What are you going to do? After you've assessed the problem, what are you going to do? We're very used to relying on the doctors back when we were nurses. You know, we only know how to find problems, you know, and we tell the doctor and they tell us what to do. But when you go to the nurse practitioner, you don't stop at looking at those problems. You go right straight to finding the treatment. And basically you do like the doctors do. It's just a different name. You know, we do have a same role. It's just a name. You know, we approach the patients differently. And for those of you who are considering to do a nurse practitioner job, it's fun and it's rewarding, but it comes with a lot of time that will be taken away from you. You know, when I was a nurse, I only worked 3/12s. You know, 3 days, I'm good, I'm free, nobody calls me, nobody even looks for me. But when you go through this role, you don't expect not to be called. You're going to be working 24/7. You know, nurses will be calling for you, just like doctors. You know, and this is something that I haven't really prepared myself to. I thought, you know, I'm just going to work my days and I'm done, but it's not. Whenever you go home, you still work. They still call you for problems. And basically, you know, at the beginning, I didn't like it, but as soon as you get through the job, you're just going to get used to it. You just really have to love what you do and love your patients overall. You know, I'm concentrated on geriatrics. I take care of old people. I love them to death. I love old people. And it's not that I don't love the rest of the age group, but I really work really best around this age group, and you know, and it's what it is. You can see there is a police. So this is not fun because the traffic is crazy. It's a bad accident. Well, I guess I have to change my lane because this lane is, I just changed my lane. Now I'm going back. Let me pass, man. This is not fun because the traffic is crazy. Just arrived to my patient admission for hospice. So I have yet to find out if this patient meets the criteria for hospice before I would admit him. We have certain criteria before we can put patient on hospice care, and that's what I'm about to find out right now as I get in through the patient's place. So as it turns out, the patient met the criteria for hospice. So I am going to finish up my documentation, put it in the tablet, send it out to the office so that the registered nurse will come in and do all the further paperwork that needs to be done to officially put the patient on hospice, and the care will be initiated. So that's basically it. That's what I do. I do admission, and once they're admitted, I come back every 60 days to reevaluate them if they're still declining or they're getting better, those things. So what's important is that they still meet the criteria for hospice every single time you come in and see them. So that's what I do. That's another part of my job. There you go, guys. That's my typical day working as a nurse practitioner. On my busy days, I usually eat in my car. The last meal that I eat is breakfast before I leave the house, and then when I get to work, I don't get to really eat a lunch at all because I don't take my mask off. You know, it gets really busy when I get to work. I don't think about eating. So when I get to the car, that's when I start, you know, getting my knickknacks and eat my stuff. But I get a next full meal when I get home. So I'm gonna get my full bath today because I went to work in a COVID unit, and this is typically late for me because I usually at home by the time, you know, by 2 o'clock I'm already home. But because I went to see hospice patients, so it has gotten busy for me. Oh Lord Jesus, I'm so sorry. This car is so. And I think that's it. That's pretty much my day for today. And thank you for watching. And if you have any questions, put in your comments down below. And don't forget to like and subscribe. Thank you.